Okay, so everyone on the notes side where it says example 1 should write x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. So you're writing it again, but this time it's in your notes box. Yashika, all good? There's gum under your desk. There's probably at least 80 pieces of gum under your desk, but just don't think about it. Oh, only 2, that's lucky. Okay, a lot of people have a lot more than that. Just don't think about it. If it's not there, it's not. If you don't think about something. Okay. So, I try to show you guys the last, let's say, 3 minutes ago, that the whole point of today is that when I ask you to solve a quadratic function, I'm asking you to find the values for x that make it 0. That's the whole point of today. All right? Now, we also showed by using guess and check, we did find the answer, right? But not all of us did. Only a few students did. So, the first thing I noticed about this function, it's written in this form. Ax squared plus bx plus c. And I heard, Kevin, you said it. That's standard form. You should write that down. That's standard form of the quadratic function. Okay? So if that's standard form of this quadratic function, what is a, b, and c going to be equal to? A is 1. B is negative 4, and C is negative 12. Okay? Now, the way that we're going to solve this so that we get the answers every time is not by guess and check. It's going to be by using something called factoring. Okay? And the way we're going to do this is by using this phrase up here, finding factors of A times C that add to B. So I want to write down A times C. So in your brain, multiply A times C for this problem. And you get negative 12. Okay? Then I want to write down what letter B is for this problem. What is letter B for this problem? Negative 4. Okay? Now you're going to ask yourself, what are 2 numbers? So these are factors. What are 2 numbers that multiply to give you negative 12? I heard negative 4 and 3. Okay, keep going. Sure, those are different. Excellent, those are different. Negative 12 times 1. Okay. Excellent, we found them all. Now that's six different pairs of factors of negative 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But only one of these pairs is the pair that I care about. Because not only do they multiply to give you negative 12, but they also add to give you negative 4. So which pair adds to negative 4? Negative 6 and positive 2. All right? Now, once you get here, all right, take a look back at letter A. What was letter A? Positive 1. If it's positive 1, then you are ready to write this function in factored form. And once you write this down, I want you to put your pen or pencil down. Once you write down x minus 6 in parentheses times x plus 2 in parentheses, put your writing utensil down. I'm sorry, Karina? Okay. The boxes? What? You're writing in a box and you want to put boxes in that box? There are many different ways to do this. I'm showing you my way to do it. If you feel confident in your way, continue to use that way. Totally fine. I worry about your method when we get to the next example. No shade, right? Just a little shade. Okay, now, everyone's pen or pencil is down, right? Okay. Come on. All right, so I'm going to show you that we have not changed anything about this function. Nothing has changed, okay? X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. And if you were to combine these middle two terms, because they're like terms, you get negative 4x. So all we've done is change the way it looks. We have not actually changed this function in any other way except how it looks. This is called factored form. Factored form. We have factored it. Pick up your pen or pencil. Pick it back up. Now, do you remember when we first started the lesson, how I had you guys guess and put in a number? And only 2 students got it right. All right. Now that it's factored, I'm going to use something called the zero product property. Now, all this property says, all it says, is that if you have 2 factors, all right, so 2 factors, 2 numbers being multiplied together, and you want to get 0, then at least one of them needs to be 0. Okay? So if that's the case, if I want this whole thing to be 0, I only need one to be 0. Let's do the first one. What would make this one 0? Positive 6. Well, look at that. That's what Marcos got. Right? Didn't you get 6? That's right, he did. Let's do the other one. What if that one is the one that's 0? It'd be negative 2. Whoa, Douglas. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Try again. You good, Young? That is fine. And negative 2 is the one that Michael got. So all we did, because we knew the answers before we did this problem, but all we did was we did it a more efficient way called factoring. Questions? Yeah, hopefully. Right? Cool. Any questions? You good?
Are we going to learn how to graph time?
Oh, absolutely we are. All right. We've only just begun. Let's go to example 2. We've only just begun to live.
Yes.
Look at example 2. It's in standard form again. And the first thing I always do for these problems is write down my function equal to 0. Okay? Always start off by setting equal to 0. Yes, Maria?
Will it always be in standard form?
If it's not, make it so. Right? What if it had said 2x squared minus 5x, and this wasn't a function, and it said equals negative 2? Move that negative 2 back to the other side. All right? We're going to do problems like that for sure. Okay? Now, it's in standard form. What is A, B, and C equal to? A is 2, negative 5, and 2. All right? So I'm going to use my same process so far. I haven't changed anything. What is A times C? It's a positive 4. 2 times 2 is 4. What is B? Okay? Wait for it, right? Spoilers. What are factors of 4? 2 times 2. Couldn't resist. Negative 2, negative 2. And 4 and 1. You've done it. Now there's only one pair that I want to use because it adds to negative 5. What is that pair? Okay? Now, at this point, if you look back at that letter A, what do you notice? It's 2. Is it 1? No. So Marcos, this is where I'd be worried about your box, and maybe your box method will work for this. All right, but I'd highly recommend this method because this is going to help you when you get to upper level math. All right, knowing how to do it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since it's not A is not 1, I need to write down 2x squared again. So rewrite 2x squared. But do you guys see the negative 5x? I'm actually going to expand that to be minus 4x and minus x. Does everyone see where I got that? I circled negative 4 and negative 1 and used that to break up negative 5. And then rewrite the plus 2. Now, I want you to see we haven't changed anything yet. It's still the same function. We have just expanded the middle term into two terms. Everybody good? Everybody with me? Please ask if you're not. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it, and you don't have to, but I just want to show you this is a different step in your brain. So I rewrote it, and I want you to group the first two terms together and the second two terms together. Now, this is important. This is very important, that when you group them, make sure whatever sign is with that third term, that it's in that second group. You get a lot of students every year that want to group it without that sign. All right, all signs need to be accounted for, and that negative with that X, it goes with it. All right, so make sure you're grouping the sign as well. All right, everybody okay? All right, here's where it gets fun. Look at the first group. 2x squared minus 4x. What do those two terms have in common? They have an x, but they also have a 2 in common. So you can actually factor out 2x. Yes, ma'am.
Is that the same thing as zero?
It isn't. No. Here we go. So, what's 2x squared divided by 2x? It's just x. What's negative 4x? Oh, where'd my x go? There you go. What's negative 4x divided by 2x? Minus 2. Now, you might be wondering, where'd all that go? Don't worry, it's still there. 2x times x is 2x squared. And 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. So we haven't changed anything. Still all the same. Let's go to the next one. What about negative x plus 2? What do those have in common? Nothing. They have nothing in common. But, wait for it. What's the sign in front of that x? Negative. So I'm actually going to factor out, a negative 1. What happens when I divide negative x by negative 1? You get just x. What about positive 2 divided by negative 1? You get negative 2. And oh my goodness, look in the parentheses. They match. If they don't, you got problems. Okay? They better match. They got to match. If they don't match, find your mistake. Now, we're almost done. Yes, question.
How do you know when you do that one?
Great question. What was letter A in example 1? What? But I'm doing this. What is letter A in this one? Not 1. So if it's like 3 or 4 or 6 or 9, whatever.
So the format over has to be one.
Yes. To do example 1, you got to have A as 1.
Is it the matter of each one?
What if it's what? 2 ones? That's called 11. All right, so look at, do you see the 2x that came out first? Does everyone see that 2x? Does everyone see the negative 1 that came out with the second one? They go together. And does everyone see the x minus 2's are the same? That's actually just 1 there. They're sharing it. So you're only going to bring down one of those. And you have fully factored it. Once you finish writing that, put your pen or pencil down. Oh, wait for it. Right? My favorite question every year. Is that the answer? It isn't. I hate that question with a fiery rage. Now, your pen or pencil should be down. I'm going to distribute. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. Negative 1 times x is negative x. And negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. And look at that. It's the same as what we started with. So all I'm showing you is that we still haven't changed anything. It's the same thing. The same function. It just looks different. Now it's in factored form. Okay? Pick up your pen or pencil. Based on the zero product property, once I have factors, all I care about is making one of them 0. Yeah, at a time. So what makes this one 0? It is 1/2. Well done. If you're like, wait, how do you get that? Move over the -1. It becomes a +1. Then you have to divide both sides by 2. So it's 1/2. What about this one over here? And you have your answers. You've done it. Please. Yes. You're trying to find the values for x here that make this function 0. And we've done it. These two numbers for x make this entire function become 0 when you plug it in. Questions? Okay, now, before you guys stand up and try,